Hey everyone, Patrick here. So today I want to talk about something I've been thinking about for a while and want to make a video about for a while, and that's exercising and chest dysphoria. So first I want to talk about just like a few other little random things. The first being that a few days ago, maybe a week ago, I made like a super long video about my mental health and like coping and what I'm struggling with. It's like 10 minutes long. And I debated posting it for a little while just because, honestly, making it made me feel crappy at the very end. I feel like the beginning was productive and I felt like it was good for me to talk about it. But then at the end, I kind of just like drove myself around in circles again, which is kind of something I tend to do with this just because I definitely haven't figured things out. But nonetheless, I'm going to post it just because it's something I want to keep a record of. And if it can help anyone else, even just seeing me like talk myself through it and try to figure things out along the way, then that's worth it, and that's why I do a lot of the things that I do. And I don't think it'll hurt me to have it up. So there's that. The other thing is, with work, I think I've realized that I need to be around people, because even with like my mental health and stuff, I've noticed that like when the more I keep myself distracted, the better I am. And when I'm working by myself, or when I'm not like with all the kids I work with normally, then, I mean, even when I'm just working with one of my coworkers, it's better talking with one of my coworkers. But when I'm by myself, that's when I really get down. That's when I feel unproductive and I get in like the not so good moods. So I think I've realized that I really just need to be around people, because today, so right now I'm doing summer camps, and in the morning I have a camp where normally in the position I'm in, I would be taking the kids out for their break/snack time, and I would be more involved with them. But since I'm with an older group, which I love because they're reasonable enough and witty enough that I can get on their level but also grab their attention. I just think working with the older kids is fun for me. But because they're a little bit older, and with the nature of the specific camp I'm doing, they're a lot more self-maintained, and then they also have their own counselor since they're a different type of camp. So they have their own counselor that takes them out for snack time. So pretty much in the morning, I've done a lot of organizing Legos and pretty much hanging out in a room with no windows. And that's the other thing. I need sunlight because it just makes me feel better. I don't really know why, but I need sunlight. Yeah, so in the morning I pretty much sorted Legos and made sure kids didn't kill each other and stuff like that. And then in the afternoon I'm working in the physics lab where I'm normally working by myself. And today I got in like the weirdest headspace. I actually got dizzy a few times, and my boss commented on it because she's working right next door to the physics lab, and she said it looked like I was like gonna pass out or something. And then after I helped out with her camp a little bit and took her kids upstairs, hung out in the sun a little bit, hung out with the kids a little bit, when I came back down, she even said that it looked better. I definitely felt better. So those are just interesting things that I wanted to put out there and keep in mind, also just to remind myself, because I feel like I keep realizing these things and then forgetting them. And I feel like they're things that I just need to have a reminder out there for myself. So there's that. Now, on to the big thing I want to make a video about: chest dysphoria and exercising. So I've been working out a lot more recently, kind of thanks to my girlfriend, because she's working out early in the mornings, and so I'm waking up and helping her get there, and then working out on my own back at my apartment. And I feel a lot better when I work out, the more productive I am in the morning. Mornings are really hard for me. It's hard for me to get out of bed. But when I don't know, it's funny. If I'm on my own, I'll be like totally like having logical arguments with myself. Like, okay, I need to get out of bed. I know I'll feel better, yada, 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 like all the same stuff. But then for some reason, I just never end up getting out of bed when I want to, or when I feel like I'm supposed to. But when I'm helping her wake up, it's no problem, because I get up to turn off the alarm, I start making us breakfast, stuff like that. I feel totally fine. I feel like I tend to feel better when I'm taking care of other people or having some sort of contact with other people. But, you know what? I think this is just going to be a little bit about other things first, and then I'll get on to the chest dysphoria stuff in a different video, just because it's getting long. So, back to, like, coping and things I need to keep track of for myself. I'm sorry, this video is a little bit all over the place. I guess this is more reminders for myself. But also, if this helps you out, please, like, give a few of these things a try. So, for me, getting up in the mornings, if I'm helping my girlfriend get up out of bed, then works so much better. If I am, like, even today, when I was, like, in that weird space, and I've noticed this a few times this week, that, like, when I'm getting tired and stuff, if, like, even after I've clocked out, as I'm leaving where I work, if a visitor comes up to me and asks me a question, and I can just, like, politely and nicely, like, help them out with it, I feel so much better right afterwards. Today, as I was leaving work, there was a woman who was standing at the top of the hill, and she was, like, going to take a picture, and, like, it's a pretty small path that I walk along next to a parking lot that's, like, on top of a hill, and I realized I'm doing, like, a bunch of hand motions, and you can't even see them. But anyway, so she was stopped there to take a picture, and there wasn't a whole lot of room, so I could only walk in front of her, so I just waited, and then she apologized. I said it was no problem, and then when she took her camera down, I said thank you, and then as I was walking past, like, she said thank you back to me, and it was just kind of the type of thing that, like, I could have kept walking. She had barely gotten her camera up. It wouldn't have been a big deal, but just, like, stopping and being, like, very specifically just courteous of someone else and mindful of someone else, I feel like other people notice, and it picks up their day. And then, like, when they notice, or even if they don't notice, it picks up my day. If someone doesn't notice, or if someone is, like, just being, I don't know, if someone's being mean and I try to be nice to them, and it doesn't change them at all, or it doesn't change how they're acting at all, then I know that I still was the best me that I could be in that moment. I still did what I feel was right. And I feel like more often than not, other people notice, and so in the end, like, they end up being more nice. It picks up their day, it puts a smile on their face, puts a smile on my face, and then we all feel better about it. And then even today, when I was driving down the hill, I stopped to let another car get through the line when I didn't have to. Like, I saw her mouth thank you even as she was driving by, and it's like, it's a very simple thing. I'm never going to see her again, but the fact that there was some human contact there, and some, like, outward mindfulness, and then gratitude, it just feels really good. So, I guess I'll talk about chest dysphoria and exercise in another video. Those are just things that I wanted to keep in mind. There's one of my neighbors walking past my car and checking out my video. But yeah, those are things that I wanted to keep in mind. And even just from those last few things at work, like, making space for the lady to drive through, like, waiting for the woman to get her camera up, and then even my boss noticing me feeling better and thanking me for helping with her camp. Like, those are things that pick me up. And so, after I make my chest dysphoria video, I'm going to be applying for more jobs to work with more awesome kiddos. So, wish me luck. If you have any suggestions or experiences with these sorts of coping mechanisms or these sorts of issues, or if you even just want to connect, talk about it, feel free to stick a video or a comment or anything down below. I would love to read them. See ya. Have a nice day.